Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. If you'll begin taking your seats, we'll start in about 5 minutes. Thank you. If everyone would please take their seats, we'll begin in 5 minutes.
In 1977, a young man named Peter was sitting in a pub in Bulgaria talking with a friend. Little did he know, this conversation would change his life forever. Peter's friend mentioned that the U.S. was offering Bulgaria 50 visas to come to the United States. That evening, Peter rushed home to tell his pregnant wife, Ksenia, about this opportunity. He convinced her that they should both enter the lottery, as Bulgaria was experiencing a post-communist aftermath with little to no opportunity for them. A year later, Peter, Ksenia, and their newborn son, Dimitar, were on a plane headed to the United States after Ksenia's entry won a spot in the visa lottery. That young man, Peter, is my dad, and Ksenia, my mom. Over the years, my mom has often reminded me of the Bulgarian saying, "Christian, no one asked what size underwear you wear." Translation, Christian, it's best to shut up and listen. I'm sure many people here would agree I'm in dire need of this advice. But if you really think I talk too much now, you have to thank my mom before you go. I was much worse before I came to Westlake in the 8th grade. She's the one in the curly hair over there. But today, Mom, sorry, I'm gonna tell everyone your underwear size because there are things that need to be said. Today is a day of celebration, reflection, and most importantly, gratitude. I can confidently speak on behalf of the senior class when I say that none of us would be here without the sacrifices of our parents, families, and guardians. Like many students on this stage, I'm a child of extremely hardworking immigrant parents. My parents came to the United States from Bulgaria almost 30 years ago with just 2 suitcases and a 5-month-old. They did not know a single person. They had no cell phones to use. They had something called landlines, but whatever that is. They didn't have Google to plan their life, no Instagram to keep in contact with their friends and family. Like so many parents in this room, everything my mom and dad accomplished was on their own merit and grit. They made real sacrifices, leaving their friends, family, and homeland to create better opportunities for us, their children. I know it sounds cliche, but I stand here today as a living testament of their American dream. My dream was to study finance and engineering at an Ivy League school. Their American dream was for my dreams to come true. Against all odds, my parents, U.S. immigrants, are sending their son to Princeton this fall. As much as I'd like to take credit, and you know that I do, I'm only here today because of my parents' hard work and sacrifice. Mom, even though you were college educated, you took on multiple jobs you were overqualified for just to take care of us. And somehow, every night, you meticulously provided home-cooked meals even when you were sick. Thank you for waking up early every day and driving me to school for the past 4 years. While being dropped off at school by my mom at 17 with middle schoolers may not be typical, I know we have all received support and love from our mom in their own special ways. Dad, thank you for your courage in bringing our family to the United States, despite leaving behind your parents and sister. For working 100-hour work weeks while still being a great present father. For working harder than I'll ever have to, ensuring our family had every opportunity possible. For enduring all the stress that came along with that. I know it's more than I could ever imagine. And most importantly, thank you for an unlimited supply of unsolicited bowls of fruit. The man apologizes with fruit. Also, Mom and Dad, thank you for raising 2 amazing older brothers to be role models. Thank you to my oldest brother, Dimitar. Dimitar bravely dropped out of med school. By the way, my dad's a doctor, so I'm sure you can imagine how that went over at first. And built his own successful business all from the ground up, and without my parents knowing. Don't worry, Mom and Dad, I won't do that, but I couldn't imagine a better person to look up to. Also, Dimitar, thank you for choosing a wife that can bake. Love you, Em. To my brother Peter, my partner in crime, keeper of secrets, and my best friend, thank you for always radiating positivity and reminding me to always be kinder. Whether it was playing basketball or sneaking out to Taco Bell, I'm blessed to have you both. So thank you to all the siblings in the audience who made the time in their day to come to this lengthy graduation, even if it was just because mom and dad made you. Nonetheless, your support means a lot to us. I cannot express the immense gratitude and debt I feel toward my parents. They are 100% the reason why I'm here today. They tackle everything head on, so I never had to endure the hardships they faced in Bulgaria. Their sacrifices inspire me to move into this next stage of my life with conviction, determined to make their sacrifices worthwhile. My mom's years of separation from her parents will not be in vain. My dad's grief for losing his grandmother 3,000 miles away from home will not be for nothing. I will make their sacrifices count. I promise you that. I love you, Mom and Dad. И благодаря на бабо, дадо и на всички на България. On behalf of every senior graduate here, I want to sincerely thank all of the moms and dads. And above all, thank you, God, for allowing us to be here on this stage, living another day on this beautiful earth. Thank you for shouldering our burdens and guiding us down a path of love. Lastly, I hope if you remember one thing from my speech, it's this. Every day we wake up is an opportunity to be grateful, because life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you might just miss it. Thank you.
Please rise for the U.S. pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state under God, one indivisible. Now please take a moment of silence to reflect. You may be seated.
As you stand on the brink of life beyond high school, remember this. Your future is shaped by the choices you make today. Hard work is your foundation, dedication is your fuel, and vision is your guide. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce Mayor Kim Graves, a leader in our community who exemplifies these very exact principles. Mayor Graves brings with him a background as a financial services executive with much success across numerous organizations ranging from startups to well-established institutions. In addition to his many professional accomplishments, Mayor Graves has dedicated himself to public service. He served on the Town of Westlake Town Council and School Board from 2022 to 2024. Together with his wife, Quinn, he co-founded the Blacksmith Booster Club in August 2023 to support Westlake Academy athletics. In May 2024, Kim Graves was elected mayor and president of the Board of Trustees, a role in which he continues to demonstrate his unwavering commitment to our Westlake community. Within each of us lies an extraordinary power to advocate for change and uplift our community and its people, and Mayor Graves serves as the perfect role model in our community to show that this is true. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Mayor Kim Graves.
To our parents, family members, friends, staff and faculty, and distinguished guests, On behalf of the Board of Trustees, welcome to the graduation for Westlake Academy's class of 2024. This marks the 20th anniversary of Westlake Academy and the 15th graduating senior class, and just look how far we have come. My new job, along with the Board of Trustees and our new incoming head of school, Dr. Kelly Ritchie, is to continue this legacy and take our school to even greater heights. I've had the chance to spend time with the class of 2024 at the awards program on Wednesday and at the senior banquet on Thursday, which was fabulous. I told them why this was a special class to me, and I got emotional. I hope you know I know a lot of your kids well, and it's been a true honor for me over the years to watch them compete academically, athletically, and watch them grow up to the young adults they are today. Congratulations, and I'm truly proud of every one of you. I also want you to know how impressed I am how they conduct and carry themselves. The Navy SEALs have a saying, anything worth doing is worth overdoing. Mediocrity is for cowards. Way to overdo it, class of 2024. You're a wonderful example to the Westlake Academy family, and now as alumni, remember, you always have a home. To our staff and faculty, no matter what environment y'all had to battle, the challenges you faced this year, I never once worried about you taking care of our students and having another outstanding year for our school. My deepest appreciation and admiration for you all. So thank you for being here. Yeah, for the staff, absolutely. Thank you. So thank you for being here on this special day. And finally, to the parents, what an exceptional job you have all done. Thank you.
Good afternoon. It is my honor to introduce to the stage Westlake Academy Salutatorian for the class of 2024, Kate Wondrisco. Throughout her time at Westlake Academy, which began in the fall of 2017 when she entered the 6th grade, Kate has been an indelible part of our school's life, both inside and outside the classroom. On our campus, she enriches each class she is in. Her passion for seeking new knowledge is matched by her desire to spread the joy of learning, with her excitement creating ripple effects throughout the classroom, spurring her teachers and fellow students to new heights of inquiry and understanding. Yet behind her ebullient demeanor is a quiet determination, which has characterized Kate since her very early days. Her parents, Charlene and John, recall that when Kate was a baby and first started crawling, she would always climb up to the top of the highest object in sight, and undeterred by a fortress of baby gates, would end up on top of the couch, the table, the kitchen bar. There was no obstacle that was equal to her resolve, no challenge that could not be overcome. Not only has this innate sense of determination led Kate to literal new heights, but also new lengths and times, for she has blazed a trail across track and field at Westlake Academy. She has been our school's sprinting captain, long jump captain, co-captain of the cross-country team. She also founded the girls' varsity soccer team, ensuring not only her peers, but future students could reach new heights themselves. It is no surprise that Kate has received a wealth of academic accolades during her time at Westlake Academy. In her sophomore year, she received the prestigious Blacksmith Award, given in recognition of all-round academic excellence and embracing the IB learner profiles. And in the past 2 years, she's won the Physics and then the Chemistry Student of the Year. She is undeniably a STEM powerhouse. She is also an AP Scholar with distinction and a College Board nationally recognized scholar. What is especially impressive, though, is this has all been achieved with modesty and an unfailing generosity to others, as seen through her co-chairmanship of our school's Hope Squad, which provides support for struggling teens in our community. There's a powerful sense of kindness in everything Kate does that is felt at school, the wider community, and closer to home. As Kate's younger brother Ryan told me just yesterday, although he wishes she would play more video games with him, he looks up to his sister, and she is his role model. In the fall, Kate will attend the University of Chicago, majoring in physics, the next step in what I'm sure will be an academic career marked by new accomplishments and even greater heights. Please welcome to the podium Westlake Academy's Salutatorian for the class of 2024, Kate Wondrisco.
Okay, that was dirty, bringing up how my little brother looks up to me right before my speech. Good afternoon, friends, families, our incredible Westlake Academy faculty, and of course, my fellow graduates. It is an honor to be standing in front of you all today to speak on behalf of and congratulate our class of 2024. I'm overwhelmed with joy, happiness, and excitement when I think about how we are all about to embark on the next chapter of our lives. But most of all, I'm filled with immense gratitude for the people in my life, my friends, my family, and my teachers who have supported me throughout the past 4 years of my high school career, and especially throughout the past 2 years of the International Baccalaureate Diploma Program. The IB Diploma Program was intense, time-consuming, and extremely difficult. It was hard having to juggle the heavy college-level course load with internal assessments, the extended essay, college applications, CAS, and so much more. But our amazing teachers kept everything manageable for us and made all of the hard work worth it in the end. From always prioritizing us, listening to us, and even coming into some of our grade-wide inside jokes, you have made us feel loved and special every step of the way, and I couldn't be more grateful for all that they've done for us. So let's give it up for our teachers. Now, without Westlake Academy's remarkable teachers and faculty, the IB program would have been really miserable. But without the support from my friends, everybody on the stage here, it wouldn't have just been miserable, it would have been impossible. After all of our years here, we have formed an exceptional community within our small class of 65 students. Although we started our high school careers separated by the screens of distance learning, we grew closer through our 2 years together in the IB Diploma Program. In junior year, we were all hit with how difficult and demanding DP is, struggling to adapt to the sudden increase in our workload. Finding solace in each other, we formed study groups, created clubs and joined athletic teams, beginning to form relationships between different friend groups. During our senior year, we bonded through our stress over looming IA deadlines, college applications, and our IB exams, but also through our senior activities, the senior sunrise and sunset, our haunted house, and also our little getaways to Pin Stack, Chicken and Pickle, and Six Flags. After a while, the gaps separating our grade began to fade until we had created this wonderful community that you all can see right here. A community where we support each other, push ourselves and those around us to succeed, and prove that everything is easier when you have others to help you through it. Most importantly, we've created a community that cannot be tested by distance nor time. No matter where life takes us, we will always be connected through our shared high school experience, through our memories, and through Westlake Academy. But now, as we are about to set off into adulthood and this next chapter of our lives, let us look to the future with strength and determination. Let us continue to foster positive relationships with those around us, with those who will build us and support us when we fall. We are the next generation, and it's up to us to make the changes that we wish to see in the world. I believe that if we go out with open minds and open hearts, and we understand the importance of holding on to those special in our hearts, we can make the world at least a little bit of a better place. In closing, I want to emphasize for one last time how amazing my fellow class of 2024 is. Every single one of us has put countless hours of hard work into our education and the IB program, and I'm so excited to see what great things each of us will accomplish. Today's our day to celebrate our accomplishments, our achievements, and our many successes throughout these past 4 years of our high school experience. I'll always hold a special place in my heart for all of you, and I'm so proud to be graduating alongside this class, the class of 2024. Thank you so much.
It is my honor to introduce Westlake Academy's valedictorian for the class of 2024, Sylvia Heredero. Sylvia joined Westlake Academy at the beginning of the 9th grade, and for these past 4 years, she has calmly and quietly, but earnestly and steadfastly blazed a trail of academic success. Sylvia's commitment to learning is a blessing to everyone in her orbit, as her tenacious work ethic, fierce intellect, and passion for new knowledge is an inspiration to us all and raises the bar for teaching and learning at Westlake. It takes a truly special person to make such an indelible impression, and the fact that Sylvia, no matter the circumstance, always goes about her day radiating such genuine warmth and graciousness means her positive impact on those around her extends way beyond the classroom walls, leaving us richer and determined to be the best version of ourselves. Sylvia's academic gifts undoubtedly stem from her sense of curiosity and wonder, and I'm grateful to her parents, Jose, Felix, and Sylvia, for telling me a little bit more about her innate ability to listen, analyze, and inquire. When 3 years old and living in Madrid, Sylvia was studying one particular big tree in her garden and asked her father, "Why does that tree have a rope tied to the ground?" Her father explained to her that the tree needed to be tied to the ground because otherwise the wind could knock it down. To this, Sylvia replied, "Dad, but who is holding it, the tree or the ground?" This almost metaphysical question left her father speechless. And upon hearing this story myself, I felt it perfectly captured her innate ability to ask the question that no one's thought of, that gets to an answer we didn't even know was there. Again, Sylvia has received a wealth of academic accolades during her time at Westlake. During high school, she has twice been the recipient of the prestigious Blacksmith Award, and this year, with her assured writing, remarkable range of knowledge, and keen eye for critical analysis, she won the coveted History Student of the Year. She's also an AP Scholar with Distinction and College Board nationally recognized scholar. Not only that, 3 weeks ago, Sylvia was chosen by the Board of Directors of Texas Secondary School Principals as one of the top 20 applicants in the state for their prestigious scholarship that recognizes outstanding academic achievement. Yet despite these illustrious and well-earned distinctions, Sylvia is never happier than when spending time with her family, exploring the museums and galleries of European cities. We also, Sylvia and I, just discovered that yesterday, Sylvia, like myself, is an avid reader of Agatha Christie's Hercule Poirot novels, which seems fitting, because just as the fictional Belgian detective uses the cerebral power of his little grey cells to understand things others can't see and ultimately solve crimes, Sylvia's razor-sharp mind takes the learning in surprising directions, like a plot twist that no one saw coming. In the fall, Sylvia will be attending UCLA, where she will major in political science and international relations. The next step in what I'm sure will be an academic career marked by even greater accomplishments that not only reflect her remarkable talents, but also lift up all those around her. Please welcome to the podium the valedictorian of the Westlake Academy Class of 2024, Sylvia Heredero.
Thank you all so much for being here. It is truly an honor to be speaking to all here today. Class of 2024, congratulations. We have not only completed, but most importantly, we have survived the International Baccalaureate Diploma Program. And even though all of us have suffered through some very challenging times, as the occasional gray hairs that popped up on the top of my head can attest for, all of these 4 years were stepping stones, not only for our IB exams, but for our future academic journey. The skills developed here at Westlake Academy will never leave us and will never be forgotten. First of all, I wanted to thank my parents for their constant love and support throughout all of my years in school. They have been with me through the ups and downs, always urging me forward and always believing in me. Most importantly, I wanted to thank my parents for the sacrifice that they made almost 11 years ago when they decided to move to the United States from Spain. Without it, I would not be here talking to you all today. I wanted to thank my little sister for always being there in the gloomiest of days when it seemed like I couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I can't forget all my family back in Spain, and to my 2 guardian angels in heaven, my 2 cousins who have always taken care of me. I also wanted to express my enormous gratitude to all of my teachers, especially my 2nd grade teacher, Mrs. Courtois, who was the first person that believed in me when I came to the United States, and especially to all of my high school and DP teachers. Here at Westlake Academy, we have exceptional teachers who are not only concerned about just covering content, but they're concerned about our well-being, and they believe in the future of our education. The teachers here aren't just simply teachers, but they're role models, they're mentors. They always believe in us, and challenge us because they know that we can do it. And of course, I wanted to thank all of the 2024 graduates and their families for being here today. It is truly an honor. Now, what I wanted to talk about today is the future life-changing journey that we are about to undertake. Most of us are going to be leaving our families to live in completely different cities or states. I'm going to be 1,232.29 miles to be exact away from my family, and I can't help but think that I'm pretty crazy for going so far away from home. And I'm going to admit it. I'm equally as excited, but scared as well to be leaving my family. And after much reflection, discussion with my parents, my teachers, and my peers, I realized something that I want all of you here to know today, that it's going to be okay. Whatever it is that we are feeling deep down within ourselves, and even though we might feel that we are going to college on our own, I want you all to know that we are all in this together, that you are not alone. Regardless of whether we find ourselves, regardless of if we feel scared or extremely excited to get away from home, there are going to be others that feel exactly the way we feel. And our family and the friendships created here at Westlake Academy are always going to be here for us, because Westlake Academy is a family, and families get stronger in times of adversity. There's this one quote from this movie that I've always loved, from The Princess Diaries, when Mia is considering whether she wants to become Queen of Genovia, and she realizes something that her father told her. Courage is not the absence of fear, yet rather the judgment that something is more important than fear. The cautious do not live forever. Sorry, it was the brave do not live forever, but the cautious do not live at all. Being fearful of the future is normal, and it is inevitable. Experiencing fear makes us human. But what is truly important is not letting fear get in the way of accomplishing our goals. I was seriously considering staying here in Dallas because I was scared of leaving my family, my comfort zone, everything I knew. But my mom and dad made me realize something. That instead of well, palm trees, the beach, having Universal Studios just 1 hour away, I would be living each day as I had done for the past 4 years. Always studying, working, and not getting out of my comfort zone. Staying here within my comfort zone wouldn't allow me to grow as a person. And even though submitting my deposit didn't come without tears, I realized that I had made the right choice, even though that meant leaving everything I knew behind. And in retrospect, stepping out of my comfort zone has always been a part of my life. Moving here to the United States when I was 6 and not knowing any English, and how I learned English in a time span of just 1 year is still a mystery to me. But for all of us, being here in this room today and being part of the Westlake International Baccalaureate program is an immense sign of us stepping out of our comfort zone. Because we have worked hard until the very end, studying, thinking, and putting in all our effort when everyone around us had an ever-increasing senioritis. The graduating class of 2024 is an example of resilience and hard work. We lived our first ever year of high school through an online screen. And despite the numerous challenges we have suffered throughout the years, we never stopped giving our best. So I encourage you all here today, graduates and families alike, to not be afraid to take risky decisions or decisions that scare us, because we will only learn if we step out of our comfort zone. If we didn't make any mistakes, then we wouldn't learn or progress at all. And as the quote says, if we didn't take any risks, then we wouldn't live at all. Now, I have a challenge for you all here today. Let's redefine what our society thinks as being courageous, from someone who doesn't have any fear to someone that acknowledges the fear within themselves and decides to take the initiative and instead not let that fear get in the way of accomplishing their ambitions. And like everything in life, unfortunately, developing courage takes practice. But we are the class of 2024. We are going to go into the world and do great things because it's in our nature. We are ambitious. We are not afraid of a little challenge. Like my father says, carpe diem. We have to seize the day and step out of our comfort zone. Let's seize the opportunities that come our way and accept the challenges ahead. Let's have courage and be excited about the journey ahead of us, because class of 2024, we have done it. Congratulations.
Kate and Sylvia, you have certainly established a very high bar going forward. Congratulations and thank you both. Mayor Garish was born and raised in Roanoke, Texas, and he grew up in the auto repair business, a family-owned and operated business which his father started in January of 1966. Mayor Garish began serving the city of Roanoke as the chairman of the Zoning Board and Adjustments from 1987 to 1995, afterwards running successfully for city council in 1995, where he served until becoming the 17th mayor of the city of Roanoke, serving his 16th year. In May, Mayor Garish was elected to his 8th term as mayor. Mayor Garish has served in many other capacities. He served on the board of the Metroport Chamber, was a chairman of the Northwest Communities Partnership. He continues to serve in his local church as deacon and worship leader, served as past president of the Roanoke's Lions Club, receiving the distinguished Melvin Jones Fellow and Lion of the Year, 2009-2010, and he served as chairman of the board for the Automotive Parts and Service Association. He's past president of the Speedway Children's Charities Texas chapter and currently serves as vice president of the board of trustees of the Speedway's Children's Charity. I have known Mayor Garish, nicknamed Scooter, for several years and proud to be a fellow mayor with him. Scooter, you're a wonderful example of service and giving back to your community. I'm proud to welcome Mayor Garish.
Roanoke, Texas is where I was born and raised, as the mayor just mentioned, and I've given a lot of time back to my community because that's what my parents instilled in me. And to see this class up here, the class of 2024, celebrating the 20th year as Westlake Academy is amazing to me. Westlake Academy, I remember when my friend Scott Bradley brought this to our area, and I was just amazed by what his vision was for Westlake and for what it has become 20 years later. And for the faculty, the teachers, my wife was a teacher for 19 years, and I am truly grateful for their service to these young people who are going to be a part of our society. They've helped create and mold them into something that is going to make our future even brighter. Today marks a significant milestone in our lives, and is a culmination of hard work. It's a gateway of vast possibilities as you stand on the threshold of the future. It's important to look back at the past, which helped shape the present. Westlake, your alma mater, was settled in 1847 by pioneers Charles Matilda Medlin, along with 20 other families. The area once known as Circle T Ranch was incorporated in 1956 and has grown into a community that values knowledge and innovation. From Nelson Bunker Hunt, who owned Circle T Ranch, to now Mr. Ross Perot Jr., owners of this beautiful ranch, and Westlake being a part of it, now houses Charles Schwab, Deloitte University, and Fidelity Investments, all three major corporations that are settled in in Westlake, next door to Roanoke. I would like for it to have been a part of that. And we claim it because 76262 covers a wide area, and it is our original. But at one time, Westlake was known to have more cows than people. So that's a pretty big step for Westlake. Now it has more jobs than it has residents, which is pretty cool. Similarly, in Roanoke, we began our journey in the same year when the same set of small settlers came to our community in Denton Creek. It was the Medlin settlement, later becoming the vibrant city of Roanoke, for which our rich history has a hub for dining and commerce, known as now the unique dining capital of Texas, which I have had the pleasure of serving as mayor since the institution of the unique dining capital, which was actually placed by our state legislators. So I'm very blessed to be a part of that community and watched as growing up in the city, being born and raised there, and watching it from when I was a child, which 817 is our area code, our first area code, I should say. We got several now, but that was our population when I was a kid. And now we're at 10,600, so we've grown a little bit. But both of these towns nestled in the heart of Texas have seen the transformation and growth much like each of you have. This reminds me of the humble beginnings, the great things that can emerge with a determination and community spirit. My uncle was responsible for my family settling in Roanoke. He was just simply a mail carrier in the little town called Ponder, Texas. And he came to this area, and he would go to the cafes, and he would listen to the people speaking about this community. And he said, this little Roanoke town is a sleeper town, but it's going to wake up one day. The vision that my uncle had, calling my dad and saying, you need to come settle in this community, is what is responsible for our family being there. The folks that have settled in Westlake, Texas, and have watched it grow to where it is today is absolutely amazing. The vision of the former council and the current councils and the Board of Trustees, since council members are Board of Trustees as well, those visions molded together with the community that you have in Westlake has built such a great foundation for people that are going to make a difference in our society. And I'm very proud to be standing here before them. I'm honored to be standing here before them, the class of 2024. And speaking of the spirit of giving, we cannot forget the contributions of longtime friends of mine, Sam and Margaret Lee. Sam and Margaret Lee came to our area many years ago. Sam and Margaret Lee invested in our community. Sam and Margaret Lee have invested in people in our community, including my father. My father came here as a young entrepreneur wanting to grow his business and grow his family. And Sam Lee went to my father. My father wanted to buy properties, and he wanted to start investing in Roanoke. And one of those properties he wanted to buy was from Sam and Margaret Lee. And not only did my dad was he allowed to buy the property, but Mr. Lee and Mrs. Lee actually owner financed the property. So our family are dearly indebted to Sam and Margaret Lee, and they have given back so much to the Westlake Academy and the Westlake community. And I'm so proud that they were friends of our family, and I'm truly proud that they were friends to the Westlake community and giving back. That giving spirit is what we all should be about. The service that I have given as my time on city council and as mayor and all the other organizations that I've been a part of is what we as human beings are placed on this earth to do, is to give back. This group of folks here will be giving back for many, many years. Many of you folks in this audience have been giving back for so many years to your community, to your churches, to your organizations, philanthropic ways to give back and to make our community and make our world a better place to be. The Sam and Margaret Lee Arts and Science Building, a testament to their commitment, has provided the much-needed lab and art space, fostering an environment where students like each of these can expand their knowledge and creativity. The Lee Fieldhouse stands as another symbol of their legacy, offering state-of-the-art facilities for athletics and scholars. Graduates, your path that you forge, remember the lessons of the founders and the benefactors. Like my grandfather, who was actually a real blacksmith, the blacksmith trade is a trade of old that takes raw materials of your education experiences and shape them into the future that is uniquely yours, each of you. Let the fires of your ambition and the hammer of your will craft a life with purpose and passion. I echo the wisdom shared by another dear friend of mine, and many of you have driven on the road Parish Lane, which is named after my dear friend Van Zant Parrish. Van Zant Parrish was a long-time Roanoke resident and farmer, and Van Zant Parrish, at the age of 90, gave me a piece of wisdom that I will carry with me forever. As a farmer, you have to be proactive. You have to plant at the right time. You have to hope that the rain comes in the right time. You have to make sure your equipment is always ready for the harvest. And that was the man, Van Zant Parrish, that I knew. He never had a weed in his yard, and his crops were absolutely beautiful. But I talked to Mr. Van Zant Parrish at age 90, carrying an oxygen pack on his back. He would get out and mow his yard and work hard. And I asked Mr. Parrish, I said, Van Zant, how do you do it? He said, let me tell you the short little brief thing that I learned many years ago. Never let your work push you. Always push your work. Be proactive. And then people like Byron Nelson, who also was a dear friend of mine, came to Roanoke in 1943 and settled. I didn't even know Byron Nelson was famous until I was about 16 years old, and I went to church with him since I was 8 years old. Byron Nelson walked the streets of Roanoke and Westlake, and to know him and to know Sam Lee, these were two individuals that were self-made millionaires, but to see them, to know them, and to see them on the street, you would never know, because they were two humble individuals. They never wore pristine clothing. I remember Sam Lee, he drove an old El Camino, and he wore a jumpsuit that I think his wife had sewn for him. And Byron Nelson himself would work in his wood shop, and he would wear his khaki pants and his old work shirt, and you would never know that either of them were wealthy individuals, because they were humble individuals who gave back to their community. I remember Byron Nelson giving so many times to our fire department and police department, and after Byron's passing, donated 134 acres to the city of Roanoke. But he also told his representatives who represented him after I passed, the 500 acres that my ranch is on is to be sold and distributed to the charities in which I set in place. So after he passed away, he was giving. The same with Sam and Margaret Lee. Sam and Margaret Lee, after their passing, immediately I got a phone call from their representatives, and they said, we have some money we want to donate to your police and fire department. They were giving after their passing as well. And we are human beings on this earth giving back, and we too can do the same thing that these individuals did. And that's what my challenge to the class of 2024 is to always give back, give your best. Never let your work push you, always push your work. So this humility is what I observed from these individuals. And these individuals were self-made, and you wouldn't know them, as I said, when you met them. And as you leave the halls of Westlake Academy, and you carry with it your pride of your town's history and the gratitude of those who have paved the way and the responsibility to be the architects of a better world. Congratulations, class of 2024. May your journey be as bright and enduring as the Texas Star. Thank you.
Will the first row please rise? Sophia Adebason. Sophia Aguirre. Eden Allison. Ali Azim. Elizabeth Bassett. Jack Bauer. Claire Biddle. Rianne Brady. Bea Braxton. Eva Castle. Benjamin Constantin. Tyler Cook. Clark Cutright. Aliza Diderali. Fez Diderali. Harishmaneth Dugarity. Connor Duke. Garnett Eister. Megan Flight. Grant Flowers. Will the second row please rise? Ali Gauthier. Christian Ryan Gogoff. Sylvia Heredero. Joseph Hernandez. Andrew Hong. Kieran Houston. Landon Huggins. Juliana Jackson. Joshua Jordan. Reishi Kamiyama. Sophia Kelly. Danish Khan. Alicia Kumar. Asteria Larson. Nithya Malavarapu. Harris Manchak. Neva Maskey. Kyle McKeon. Sophia Myers. Nicole Ndolo. Quincy Osini. Jacob Page. Will the third row please rise? Sia Patel. Avni Peter. Zachary Pinsino. Carly Plemondon. Penelope Price. Afif Rothman. Here we go. Ian Reeves. Sophia Richmond. Maxwell Roberts. Vitaly Rogel. Macy Rowe. Ryan Saucedo. Marisabel Seymour. Anhat Singh. Abigail Servant. Willard Smith. Vincent Singh. Muhammad Wali. Kate Wandrisco. Malachi Wiggum. Corbin Williams. Alejandro Zotlaniwa.
Mayor Graves, members of the Board of Trustees, I submit these Westlake Academy candidates for graduation and certify that these students have fully satisfied the requirements prescribed by the Texas Education Agency and have fulfilled the additional graduation requirements stipulated by Westlake Academy Board policy. Students, you may now move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations, class of 2024. You are now officially graduates of Westlake Academy. Faculty, if you would form a guard of honor for our students down the aisle, please. Graduates, you may now exit the stage. As always.
Thank you.